New York is our home, is my home. All my family is here. I grew up here in Brooklyn, moved to Staten Island, came back to Manhattan. It's just, I can't imagine really living anywhere else.
I love New York. It's really been great to me. There's never a shortage of things to do, things to eat. And Angela's, like, we grew up right next to each other and we didn't even know that, but just gave it enough time and we met. That's that.
Marriage is the highest expression of love. And this love began in June of 2011 when the two met at the swanky Brandy Library. So since the beginning, you can tell they couldn't stand being apart from one another. They have found comfort in knowing that this love is true and this bond is unbreakable.
Oh, she made plans to go to Australia last summer for a long time, so I knew that that was going to be my opportunity to make the engagement.
I actually took off last summer from work and I decided to visit my cousin in Australia. And I asked him, look, why don't you just come with me even if it's for 2 weeks, not thinking too much of it. So I went to Australia first, a week ahead, and then he came. And the first thing he tells me is, oh, by the way, I set up a date for us, just me and you, just so you know. And I said, oh, I didn't think anything of it. I was like, fine. So it was the second day he arrived, and we drove to a beach to get on a seaplane. And I said, oh my God, he's gonna propose. We're getting on a seaplane.
She didn't even say anything. She didn't say yes or, well, she didn't say anything. She just grabbed the ring and put it on and started laughing and crying, and yeah.
I guess Holman and I are both kind of homebodies. So he actually approached me with the email saying, you know, I noticed that you like watching basketball, I like watching soccer, and it was very inviting, nothing too intimidating. We talked about sports for the first 2 emails, and then we decided to meet. And I think our first meeting, I noticed, you know, he's a tall Asian guy, cute. And right away on our first date, he said something to me that kind of always stuck with me. Was I asked him, what did you do the day before? And he said, oh, I just drove my sister to the mall and I helped my mom with some gardening. And I thought, you really don't find that kind of a guy in New York anymore. The one who just is all about family, doesn't really need to go to a bar over the weekend and just kind of stays home and kind of helps around. So I think that's one of the things that really got me, okay, I think I'm interested in a second date with this guy.
Dearest Angela, I'm so happy to be here today so we can celebrate our future together. I promise to help you find success in everything you pursue
and to support and guide us through all of our future adventures. I'm privileged to be your husband, and I can't wait to share my life with you. Love you.
Dear Holman, I have said this many times to my friends, but never to you, about how lucky I am that you picked me. You are kind, loving, caring, and always thoughtful. I feel love, warmth, passion, and security when I'm with you. And the way you look at me makes me feel like I'm the most beautiful girl you've ever seen. I promise to compliment you more. And finally, I promise to grow old, together, hand in hand, walking beside each other and never letting go. I love you.